What are same-sex weddings like? This week, there was the Lambeth Conference. It's a conference for Episcopal Anglican bishops from around the world. And Anglicans are part of the communion that we belong to here at Grace Cathedral. It's the third largest Christian religious body in the world. And the bishops have been talking about a lot of contentious issues. Some of them have to deal with sexuality. In some parts of the world, Anglican bishops believe that couples who are same-sex couples should not get married. But at Grace Cathedral and in this country, Anglican bishops believe that same-sex couples should be able to get married. And it's a very big difference, but I wanted to talk today a little bit about what I see as kind of the unique blessings of same-sex marriages in the way that I see them here on the ground. I think the most important thing to recognize when it comes to same-sex wedding versus other kinds of weddings is that they are remarkably similar. We use the same prayers, say the same blessings. There's a sermon, people wear fancy clothes, people that you love come and support you and are there to witness your vows and to be part of that blessing. But what I noticed the most in terms of differences between the same-sex couples and non-same-sex couples really comes up in premarriage counseling. So premarriage counseling is the way that we help couples to prepare not just for the wedding day, but for their life after that. I recommend it so highly to anyone who's getting married. And there are a few things that I notice about same-sex couples. The first is a lot of the conversations we have in premarriage counseling are about what the different roles, what are the different responsibilities, who does what kinds of tasks in the relationship. In my experience, same-sex couples are much more open to a variety of different possibilities. I think oftentimes couples who are of different sexes have an idea of gendered roles for their relationship. So it's kind of hard for them to get past the idea that certain kinds of jobs are for men and certain kinds of jobs are for women. And this can be really damaging in a relationship because women might be better at what are traditionally men's roles and men may be better at what's traditionally women's roles. The second thing that makes same-sex couples really different, or mildly different, is that in every wedding there is a tension. You're bringing together two families, two groups of friends, and there are going to be people who don't approve. And in my experience, same-sex people suffer from a much greater sense of opposition. It may not be someone close in their family, it may be an extended family member, it may be a friend, but there's almost always someone who doesn't just object to them as people, but object to them as a couple. And it's a horrible thing and a very difficult thing to talk about, but it's an important thing that we talk about in premarriage counseling. The last thing I want to say is that many of the same-sex couples that I marry are much less concerned about a kind of biological family, having children, etc. And I love their openness to thinking about how they're going to serve in the community. My friend Jude Harmon says that every single couple has a special calling, a special gift, a special way to contribute to the larger society. And I love the fact that the same-sex couples that I have often are very clear about what difference they want to make in the world. Now, the last thing I have to say is just how much I admire so many of these couples. They come to Grace Cathedral, they may have experienced hatred from religious organizations. The Christian church may have made them feel unwelcome and rejected. And they're very brave to come to this place, to seek God's blessing, to experience the presence of God here. And they have helped me to understand marriage in a much deeper way and to celebrate the unique blessings that all of us have and the unique blessing that every couple has too. My name is Malcolm Clemens Young. I'm the Dean of Grace Cathedral in San Francisco, California. Thanks for watching More Good News.